Hello there, beautiful soul, and welcome back to New Earth Sisterhood Tarot. Excuse me. So, this reading is going to be a message from whoever is thinking about you. So, I want you to imagine the person that you want to receive a message from, and this can be anyone. It doesn't have to be romantic, although it can be. And I'm sure there'll be some, that romance will be expressed through the reading. But it can also just be someone else. Doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, okay? So the first pile, we have this crystal, selenite. Doesn't want to focus, but it's a very beautiful shimmery yellow with a white side to it as well. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, I forgot the name of this stone, but it's like it looks black on the screen, but it's actually a beautiful sea blue color. So that's pile number 2, and then pile number 3. This one's actually on a charm, and this is amethyst crystal. Beautiful. So go ahead and pick your pile, and I'll see you in your reading. The timestamps are down below, and I'll see you there. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose this beautiful selenite crystal, then this is your reading. So we're going to go ahead, just going to take my sweater off and shuffle the cards for you. So have the person in mind that you want to receive a message from. Message from whoever is thinking about them. Message from whoever is thinking about the person watching. Message from whoever is thinking about the person watching. Just going to lay out some cards first before I start channeling. Okay, we're going to start with this. So what this person wants to tell you that you're thinking about is that they can't stop thinking about you. I see them really holding on to this and holding on to you and just the thought of you in general. More so the thought of you than you in actuality. That's not to say that they are not thinking about you, but it's just that it's this version of you that they've kind of made up in their mind, and that is the version that they're thinking of. And it doesn't mean that this version of you doesn't totally correlate with who you actually are, but I feel like this person may not know you very well. Like they're just holding on to this version of you that they perhaps knew. I feel like you knew this person a while ago already, and they're still having that vision of you, of that person you were back then, and they're holding on to that vision, and that's the person that they want to come towards. However, it's very possible that you've changed, that you're not the same as the person that they're thinking of, because that version of you is an older version of you, or this sort of fantasy that they've made up in their mind of who you are might not totally match up with who you are, and it could come with some unrealistic expectations, or not really unrealistic expectations, but just expectations of they've been thinking about you for so long. I feel that they've been making up stories in their head of who you are and how you're like, and it's just, when you make up stories in your head of how it's going to be like to be with someone or to see someone again, it might not always match up with the reality, because it's just stories that your ego has created, and that's what this person has been doing. Now, this doesn't have to mean a bad thing necessarily, as long as they're open-minded to seeing you for who you really are, but I do see a lot of closed-mindedness here with the Four of Pentacles, and a lot of stubbornness in wanting you to be that person and expecting you really to be that person. And I also see that they have been going through some rough patches on their own path, and it hasn't always been easy for them. I feel like it could even be like a really funny person. Maybe they were like the class's clown or something. This is really coming through with this Two of Pentacles cards, which I don't usually get, but especially in combination with the Fool, I feel like this person likes to sort of fool around and make people laugh and be sort of the class clown, and it's something that they take a lot of pride in, and that they love doing. So that's an extra message there for you, if that's the confirmation that perhaps you were looking for. But yes, this person has been going through some rough patches themselves, and also since they met you, so they're not the same person anymore either. I don't feel like you have this distorted or fantasy image of them though, although you could have that. I feel like they have that image more of you, of the story that they made up in their head. Not really distorted, but you know what I mean, what I explained earlier. And they're just also kind of weighing the scales of like, should I come forward? Should I not come forward? Yeah, and also what I told you about like the story that they have in their head of you, like they're not aware of the fact that you may have changed or something. It's just something that I'm giving you as the reader, but it's not something that they realize themselves. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And so now with this card, they're very much like going back and forth of should I reach out? Should I not reach out? Should I send them a message or contact them? Should I not? But because they're kind of in this foolish energy, specifically with the Fool, but also with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like they're going to come forward. But they might do it in a very funny kind of way, or and what I mean by that is that they might come in and make a joke. You know, that's not immediately going to be clear that it's I do feel this is more of a romantic reading, but take it as it resonates. In any case, I feel like they're going to come in with an opener as some kind of joke, like send you a message, maybe reply to, I don't know, your Instagram story or whatever, and just come in with some kind of joke in any kind of way. And I think beneath that joke or that initial, initial move they're going to make towards you, for a lot of you, this is about more romance / friendship, and they want something more than they let on the surface. So on the surface, it's going to seem like, oh, they're just like sending me a message, like it doesn't mean much. But for them, this does mean something, whether they're wanting to extend friendship to you or something more. They definitely want to be in your life again, or at least see what it would be like to be in your life again, and explore that option, and explore whether you would be open for that as well. I'm just going to lay some more cards here. Oh, yeah. Just one more. Okay. Just a second, I need to gather the energies here and see what messages are coming through. Bear with me. What's interesting is that I see the mountains here again. You know, I was saying they were going through some rough patches here. Here I see this again, and even with like the buildings here on the background, and here with the Fool a little bit too. I feel like it's not just, they have been going through some rough patches in their life, and I feel like they could be this kind of person who, like I said, like they're this person who like to make people laugh and make jokes and be lighthearted, but underneath that, all of that lightheartedness actually lies a lot of things that they haven't told anyone. And I see this new meaning as well in this Four of Pentacles, where they're very they don't just want to show anyone what's underneath, and they're very sort of the doorkeeper, I'm hearing, or like that kind of the doorkeeper of their own secrets, and they don't want to let a lot of people into that door. And to be honest, I don't feel like they've let anyone into that door so far, because, you know, a lot of times with these people who like to make people laugh and be like the clown, there's usually, I mean, with all people, of course there's something underneath the surface, and because they're so lighthearted and funny, people don't always talk to them about more serious things, or these people themselves don't like to talk about serious things with others. And so a lot of that is still sort of hidden, and I feel like they might not even have any sort of friendship or connection in their life in which they can really express everything of who they are and really talk to them about their problems, and that this makes them feel a little lonely as well. But I also see them, because this is an issue, they're wanting to overcome that, but at the same time, not. I feel like their subconscious wants it more than anything. Their spirit, their soul wants this for them, but they, in their full consciousness, they're not very aware of this. And so when they're coming towards you, it's not going to be like they're fully aware of the fact that they want this, although they do want this. And their soul really longs to be able to be themselves with someone and be vulnerable and have all the cards on the table and be naked in an emotional kind of way, and they are moving towards that openness. So maybe when you met this person, they were very close, and you noticed that and you were able to see through them. I do see that a lot of you are able to see through this person's facade. It's not really a facade, but you were able to see through their jokes and everything. And I think that that's why their subconscious or their spirit or soul is so attracted towards you and towards contacting you again, because it knows that you are the one who was able to look through that. You are the one who was also always kind of in the background, in the back of their mind, and I feel like they've been having dreams about you with the clouds here and the Page of Swords. They've been having dreams about you, and that's their subconscious communicating to them that maybe it would be a good idea to reach out to you. But yeah, this is not about heartbreak for me, this card, Three of Swords, at least not in this reading. In this reading, I feel it's more what I've been explaining to you now, of them going through some difficult situations and feeling like, can I trust anyone really with what I'm going through, and does anyone really care what I'm going through? And going back to what they think about you, there is this passion for you that they have here, and this is just a confirmation, especially because it's beneath the Ace of Cups, of this new beginning, this new initiation in this kind of relationship. And it could even be that you were just in the same class together in high school, for example, but you never really talked that much. And this could just be, excuse me, a beginning overall where, your connection wasn't even that deep, but now they're like, okay, it's time, I want to come in and I feel like I need to go to this person. Although for a lot of you, it could be that you had deeper connections as well. That was just an example for those of you who are like, well, I never really talked to this person much, but they just keep coming up in my mind. And whenever you suddenly have to think about someone, that's another thing I feel like I have to say, because I experienced this myself as well, where I'm suddenly thinking of someone super random that I never really even had a crush on, so to say, or was particularly friends with, or there's just not really a specific reason why I would think about this person. And especially when that happens for you, regularly, about someone specific, or just out of the blue, and you're like, huh, what's that about? Usually it's because this person is thinking about you. Even if it is more subconsciously in their dreams, you're appearing in their life in some kind of way. And usually it's that because they're thinking about you. I'm just going to clarify the Temperance card here. They want to become more mature with the King of Wands here. I feel like they're ready to become more mature, because especially with this funny energy, it's not that funny people aren't mature, but this person specific, I think they might have been a little immature, and they're wanting to come out of that. But it's difficult because it's a part of their identity, Okay, what are they thinking about you? Yeah, they're definitely coming forward. Another confirmation. A lot of willpower to come forward towards you. What are they thinking? Interesting. We have a royal couple here. We have King of Wands, and Queen of Wands. So this could definitely, for those of you who are like, I feel like this is you want this to be a romantic reading, this is a romantic reading. For those of you who are like I wasn't asking about someone specific in a romantic kind of way, just like take the rest of the reading as I've read it so far. But for those of you who wanted this to be something romantic or thinking about this person in a romantic way, this is a big sign, you know. The royal couple, I mean the real royal couple is the Emperor and the Empress, but still, this is a queen and a king. It's still a royal couple, you know. So this is definitely confirmation that both of you, you know, in the past, I feel like you were both kind of in this more immature energy, whereas now you're more stable within yourself, and it's only when this person starts to be stable within themselves as well that the two of you can come together. And I feel like you're already in that sort of place of stability in your own life and like being confident in who you are and what you do, and not to say that you have everything together, but you know, it's going all right. When this person, you know, they've been going through a lot of hardship here, and it's something that they're still overcoming, and they're still doing a lot of inner work on themselves and still stuff to do, and they are definitely coming towards you. However, if you're wanting this to be a more romantic connection, I would say this is very promising, although it could take some time before he goes or she goes or they go from the Fool and the Page of Swords into the King of Wands, because these are some more, this is like a pretty mature energy. This is getting a little bit more mature and deciding what they want, and this is like, okay, I'm ready. But in terms of them coming into your life soon, that is going to happen soon. Like I just said, it's going to happen soon. And I also got this 5 of Pentacles, and I'm just going to clarify that one just to make sure what Spirit means with it. Ooh, and the cards fell on the ground. Just a second. Okay, the Hermit card in reverse is how I saw it. And also the 8 of Pentacles. So 2 clarification cards here. So very interesting, because this card is in the upright and this one is in the reverse. And I feel like if the Hermit would have been like this, the energy would have been more similar. But because it's like this, I understand why we had another clarification here. Let me just read the energies. Yeah, I think this is just confirmation of them being ready to leave the immature side of them behind when they're moving towards the King of Wands. And the Hermit, you know, I was talking about inner work and them working on themselves. And the Hermit's kind of saying that, you know, when the Hermit is in the upright, I would usually read it as they have to do introspective work, or they're doing introspective work, or whatever. But when it's in the reverse, I feel like it's a sign that the inner work, you know, the inner work is never really over. It's a journey that lasts a lifetime, you know. But as they're walking away from some kind of parts of themselves, I feel like they're coming into this mature energy. And I think a big catalyst for them coming into this more mature energy is them really working on themselves, but also working on themselves continually, and realizing that this is a lifelong process. Because, you know, as I was saying before, this person has to be like stable before they come to you, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. At the same time, like being stable and working towards that stability is a lifelong process. And it doesn't mean that they can't come into your life at this time. And it's something that in a partnership, if this is a romantic person for you, something you can work on together. However, this card also means that they're becoming passionate and more serious about their goals. You know, with this immaturity, I didn't feel a lot of I felt more procrastination than anything, and just sort of wandering through life. Whereas with this is also going to make them more attractive to you if this is a romantic person, because they're working on what they want to achieve, on their goals. And with these houses in the background, they want their stability. So I just want to see what the outcome is here for you. What is the outcome of this connection? 3 cards, please. Outcome. Wow. I'll show them to you. just in a second. Just gonna have one more card. What is the outcome of this connection? Clarification, please. Wow. These are beautiful cards. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the World card. So what I see here is that this is very promising for the future. And this is just confirmation because I saw this royal couple here, and that does mean a lot when that comes out in a reading. It doesn't come out all the time. With the Ace of Wands, again, this new beginning of them wanting to offer you something. And also with the Knight of Wands here, they want to offer something to you. They're coming towards you. The World card, I feel when they're going to communicate to you or reach out to you, I feel like it will be online. Or online, through the technology that we have. They could also just be sending you a text message or something. It's specifically, within the state that we're in right now. I think that's the safest bet for most people, to just send messages and reach out that way. And it definitely has the potential to be something more in the future. My cards are all over the place. I'm just going to pull one more oracle card for you from this beautiful deck. I love it so much. So one more thing that they would want to say to you. What would this person want to say to them? One just flipped right out. I am at peace within my own skin. I embrace my feminine figure, caress my curves, and celebrate my sensuality. I am a divine being, beautiful in all ways. I think this card, this is an affirmation deck for the female spiritual seeker, I would say. But the way that I see this as a message towards you, first of all, if this affirmation speaks to you, take it like that. Next, I feel this is just saying, this is just their energy stepping more into their confidence and in who they are, not just appearance-wise, but in general, they're really working on themselves and trying to really become the best versions of themselves. Not really for you, and that's not meant in a bad way. I think we all should do that just for ourselves, and that is an amazing thing. And they are really coming more into their own power, and that is just such a beautiful thing. And when it comes to what they want to say to you, it's pretty clear, isn't it? They think you're beautiful, they think you're divine. And if this is a friendship connection, they think you're just a beautiful person, and they just want you back in their life because you're so fairy-like and light, and you're just like a beautiful rose. I also hear that this person thinks that you smell good, and this could be either friendship or someone romantic who thinks you smell good. So that's all I have for you today. If it resonated, please give us a like and subscribe. And I'd also love to hear in the comments, if this reading resonated with you, what you thought about it, how it's going in your situation. That's always fun to hear. And see you again next time. Bye. Hello there, group number 2. If you chose this crystal, of which I do not know the name, but it's very annoying that it won't focus. But you chose it already, so it's a sea blue crystal, I would say. And this is your reading. So this is a message from whoever is thinking about you. So as I'm going to shuffle the cards, I just want you to think about a certain person. It can be romantic, it doesn't have to be. Just think about a specific person that you would like to receive a message from as I'm shuffling the cards. Just going to lay out some cards first. Message from whoever is thinking about the person watching. Message from whoever is thinking about the person watching. Okay, 2 more. Message from whoever is thinking about the person watching. Spirit doesn't want to give me a lot with this pile. I don't know why. Message from... I feel like this is a sign that you already know. or have an inkling of what this person is sort of thinking about you. Maybe it's also a sign that you've just been watching a lot of these readings and Spirit's like, you know, try to look within. I feel like that could be a message for some of you. So let me just gather the energy here. What is this person thinking about you? I feel like there is a gap between you. Some sort of gap, and I don't necessarily think it's a physical gap, you know, physical distance, but there is some sort of distance between you. I feel like it's more an emotional distance here, of like, this could be a person from a long time ago that you're thinking of and that you're asking about. Not for all of you, but for some of you. And if this is a person from a long while ago, it's like even a bigger gap, obviously, because it's you guys don't know each other anymore. This is going to be for some of you. For others of you, this is someone that is in your life, or you know, is from the past, but not from that long ago in the past either. And with you as well, there's this gap between you, this emotional gap. They could even be living in the same town as you, you know, it doesn't have to be physical at all, although it can be as well. But mostly emotionally, there is a gap between the two of you where maybe something has happened, whether it was the time that passed or something specific between the two of you, a specific situation or occurrence, and it just made you drift apart. And suddenly you're like, do I even recognize this person anymore? Like, it's been so long. Either it's been so long, or either I never expect that they would have this characteristic, or that they would act this way, or whatever. And yeah, I feel like this person just wants you to be content in life. They want you to be happy, and that's a very mature energy coming through here. It's a very mature energy coming through, that they want you to be happy wherever you are and whatever you're doing and whoever you're with, even if they're not with you. I strongly get this message that they want to say to you, like, I hope that you're happy, and I hope that you're achieving all that you're wanting to achieve, and I hope that you're fulfilling all of those dreams that I thought you or had or think you had, or that we even talked about at some point. And either you or they are not feeling their best self right now. One of you is not in their best energy, and the other person is feeling that. And I'm just going to say that, you know, you can reverse it if you want, but I feel like it's you who's not feeling in their energy, and that they're picking up on that. Even when you're not speaking, it's just an energetic thing, or maybe they've seen on social media, like they can just kind of see through your facade or for some reason, or maybe they know that you lost your job, or you know, through mutual friends or through the situation in the world, they've realized like, oh, he or she lost their job or whatever. It's just that they know you've been having some rough patches, or they feel like you've been having them, and what they want to say to you is like, hey, I'm here for you. Even when I'm not here with you in the flesh, I am here for you. For some of you, like only a few of you, this could even be a deceased one, but this is very specific for some of you. Only take that if it resonates. But yeah, they're just, even when you guys aren't together, they just kind of want to take care of you, and they want you to be all right, and they care a great deal about you. Just going to pull a few more cards here. If they could do anything for you to help you, I feel like they would. But maybe you're like, huh, why would they come in to help me? I haven't seen them in so long. Or like, do they even remember who I am? Like, of course they remember who you are. But you know what I mean? Like, why would they come in and want to help me? And I feel like, yeah, they're not coming in specifically for a lot of you to be like, hey, I want to help you just out of nowhere. It's just they wish that they could help you. And they wish that they could, and because they just want the best for you, even when you're not speaking right now. And I also see that if you want to speak to this person again and be in contact with them again, that it has to be a combined effort. I feel like both of you sort of want this, but don't know if it's the best thing to do. Could be that your exes as well, who haven't, or just, people who haven't talked to each other for a while and are like, I don't know if it's good to be in each other's life again, but you kind of want it at the same time, You don't know if it's a good idea, but you kind of want to see each other again and see how the person's doing, and they really want the best for you. But it's just, if you want to have this communication with them again, then it's going to have to come from both sides. Maybe you should give a sign to them in some way of that you're open to communication, or they will give a sign to you. It doesn't have to be all in your hands. All I'm seeing is that this has to be a collaborative effort of the two of you working together when it comes to coming through this. And then when they would come back into your life, then I do see of them really being like, hey, I want to help you here. Tell me how I can help. Tell me how I can be of service. I don't know if you guys know the love languages. Now, this isn't, doesn't mean this is specifically a love reading, although it definitely is for some of you. But there is like one love language that's about practicality and helping people doing practical stuff. And I feel like for them, they love doing that for other people. Like, it's their way of showing love by doing practical stuff for other people. And that's why they're like, if they're going to come back into your life, through this collaborative effort, they're really going to be there for you to help you in any way possible. And if your love language is really receiving that kind of practical help, then that's just a perfect match, whether it's friendship or relationship-wise. And I do feel like that is the case, that one of you loves to give and be practical in giving, and the other one loves to receive. Not to say that the other one doesn't give either, but specifically to this love language. But this person is not sure if you want to have contact with them anymore. That's why it has to be a collaborative effort when the two of you come together, because they're not sure if you want to have this contact with them. Maybe they've reached out before and you sort of were like, no, I don't want you in my life anymore, or you rejected them is the word I was looking for, when they tentatively reached out to you. But I feel like your feelings and thoughts really have changed. That you're like, damn, I do want to have them in my life, or at least I want to talk to them again and see what they're doing. Time has passed, and with the passing of time, we, old wounds heal, and we're like, oh, actually, I really wonder how that person's doing. Or actually, now that I've grown so much, I realized that what they did wasn't all that wrong, and I did wrong things as well, and it was both of our faults and not just their faults. And whatever the specific situation was, I feel like they tried to reach out to you, or you tried to reach out to them, but I feel like they tried to reach out to you but were rejected. And that's why they're very tentative and careful when it comes to coming in, and that's why I'm not sure they're going to take the first step towards coming into you. And I feel like they're, with the Eight of Pentacles, are really just trying to focus on their own stuff, on their own things, and not think about this too much, or not think about you too much. But they can't help it. They are thinking about you. They definitely are. Just going to clarify the King of Swords. Wow, I felt like I just had to take the top card of the deck and it said the Queen of Swords. So interesting, because in the last pile there was also the royal couple, but with the Queen and the King of Wands. And in that pile I was saying, like, this doesn't happen a lot, that the King and the Queen of the same thing of swords or wands or whatever come out in the same deck. And I was like, well, this is really special. And now it's coming out again, just with the swords this time. And so symbolic, because I was just saying this has to be a collaborative effort, the communication. And the swords are the symbol of communication and of the two of you here next to each other. It really is symbolic of that you both have to be open. And I think you both are open to it. It's just someone has to take the first step. And I feel like the female energy is going to take the first step here. And I feel like there's also a lot of females watching this, or just in general, even if you're not a female watching this, I do feel like the person's watching this video is going to take the first step. Also with all the other things I said, but specifically here, she's just like extending her hand as if like a peace offer, just as if she's offering this peace offering. And it doesn't have to be this great big gesture or romantic gesture. If it's a romantic thing, it can just be something very small, just extending your hand to them and being like, hey, I'm just open to communication again. Really doesn't have to be anything big. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of cards coming out. Then the Knight of Wands came out again. Oh, okay. Those are our cards here. Let me just gather the energy. Once that you're going to reach out to them, they're going to be like, yes, they're going to take that invitation with both hands and come towards you. Even if it's just, like I said, a small sign that you're making. I feel like you're just making this small peace offering. Also with like this, there's just only one bird here flying above her head. How random is that? I never noticed that before. And that is even more symbolic, I feel, of the fact that you're just... I keep thinking about like the white dove who's bringing the olive branch to like the Ark of Noah and everything. And I feel like you're just really extending this small little branch, just this one branch, and they're like, yep, okay, I got it. I'm coming towards you. They only need like a little encouragement to come towards you. And for a lot of you guys watching, this is a romantic reading. Or at least has to do with family, where you're going to be more stable in the future once they're going to come towards you and sort of really build something together with these collaborative efforts. Then this card is really going to come into play when in the relationship as well, you're going to really come together and work together. The two of you may even work together in business, is what I'm getting for some of you as well. Yeah, you might be doubting to reach out to them, which I totally understand because, we're all afraid of being rejected, and a lot of us can be stubborn and wanting the other person to reach out first, which is very understandable. I would be the same, but nothing's really going to change, I see, if you're not at least making some sort of offering. Of course, it depends on your situation. If something specific happened where you're like, hey, I'm not going to reach out. They did this to me. They should reach out to me first. That could be the case. But for most of you, I'm getting, if you're not going to reach out and give some sort of sign, then they're just not going to come in. But once you do give a sign, again, with this Six of Wands, that's a beautiful energy, specifically with the Knight of Wands, offering this love and this passion. That's the offering that they're going to offer you in exchange, and that's beautiful. So what's the outcome of this connection? What is the outcome for this connection? A lot of cards came out. I feel like I just should take all of them. Okay, I'm just going to the other cards away because otherwise it's going to be a little difficult to see. Wow, a lot of cards are coming out, and this is a whole different energy. Just let me gather the energy here. I feel like this one. I feel like something big happened between the two of you in the past. And I wasn't realizing this before when I was saying like you should reach out to them, and I was feeling and noticing that you were not really excited about reaching out to them first. But I was like, well, we have to get over a stubbornness and sometimes take this first step and everything. But I wasn't realizing, that there was something this dark underneath, that there really happened. I feel like there really happened something between you two. Something like a literal tower moment, when you've been sort of thinking about that a lot and obsessing about that, even about that thing that happened between the two of you, and that even may make you care very careful of wanting to, if very careful when it comes to deciding whether you want this person back in your life or not. And that is completely your decision to make. I'm just saying, as the reader, this person wants to come in. If you want them to come in, give them a sign and they will come in. And because of this tarot moment, the reason why they're not just going to come in without you giving them a sign, I feel, is because they feel ashamed about what happened. And they're totally understanding if you don't accept them back into your life, if you don't want them back into your life. And if you don't want them in your life, they're like, okay, I'll go away. Like, I don't want to impose myself when you don't want me. And that is why I feel that they're really wanting you to give them some sort of olive branch first, some sort of sign before they're going to come in towards you. And like, beautiful cards came out before, like the Four of Wands. So I do feel that if you want this person to come back into your life, then give them a sign. That is a message I have for you. However, if you're like, too much has happened, maybe you didn't even expect this person to come through in this reading I'm talking about, maybe you wanted someone else, a message from someone else. If that's the case, you can always pick another pile as well. Yeah, it's your decision. If you don't give them a sign, they're not going to come in. That is for sure. Because I do feel they could have done some really nasty things in the past. If you were together, I feel like they could have cheated on you or just left without a lot of explanation and just sort of left you out in the dark. But really interesting here at the Seven of Cups in reverse, if that was the case, that they cheated on you, left you in the dark with something, specifically because this is like at the center top of your reading, I feel like that's an important placement for this one to come in, like between all of these energies. And it's that they're choosing you. If they cheat on you in the past, or that something there happened with a third party situation, not going to be for all of you, but for some of you. Now they're like, I totally choose you. I want you. I want to do this with you, but only if you want me to. And they're willing to come towards you. And on the one hand, this is a card of letting go and leaving. So if you're like, I don't want you in my life, then they're definitely going to leave. However, if you allow them back into your life, I feel like this card could also very much signal all of the two of you. I say all of you because there's like a kid here. Maybe there's a child involved for some of you. So if you're allowing them back into your life, I feel like this could be a sign of them. I feel this is them protecting you. And yeah, there's this protective energy coming through. I'm also getting some sort of wolf energy. Maybe a wolf or a dog means something for you as well. But I feel like they want to be your protector when you let them into your life and want to go away together to a new sort of future with you. This also reminds me of the Three of Wands, of the guy looking towards the future with a lot of hope. And I feel like they look towards the future with hope. And it might not always be easy, This isn't like a very happy card in the sense that there's a lot of color or yellows or reds, or yeah, there is red, but it's not a very colorful, happy card. And I think that very much signifies the fact that you two are going to have to work together on this. And it might not always be easy, but if you want this could definitely be something. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull an oracle card for you as well of what this person would like to say to you. These are affirmation cards, first of all, for the female seeker, but we'll see what comes through. Doesn't want to focus. Yes. I am a vibrational being and a powerful co-creator. I create my reality as I please. By shifting my vibration, I have the ability to create the life of my dreams. This person wants to co-create with you. Like with the word co-creator, it immediately jumps out to me that they, this has to be a co-creation. This is their hand, this is your hand. It has to be the two of you working together. It has to be that way. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And they are willing to not change themselves for you in the sense that, you shouldn't have to change yourself to be with someone else, but they are willing to step into their highest and the best version of themselves to be able to work this with you and to create the life of your dreams together. So at the end of the day, this is your choice, and this was the message that they wanted to give to you. If it resonated, if you like this reading, please give it a like, subscribe, and I would love to hear your stories down below as well of how it resonated. You know, I'm just reading, but I never know what the individual person's stories are. So if you feel inclined to leave that down below, I'd love to hear, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. If you chose this amethyst crystal, does it want to focus? I don't see it focusing, but this is it. Then this is your reading. So, what is this person that you're thinking of thinking about you? I just want you to maybe close your eyes for a second, get in the energy with me, think about the person that you would like to receive a message from. Wow, working fast. In the last pile, Spirit didn't want to give me anything, and now you immediately get all the first 4 cards. So this is a sign to me that this person definitely wants to say something to you that you need to know. I feel like they've been contemplating this for a while. You know, this thing between the two of you, this connection that you have. They've been thinking and contemplating a lot. It could be that there was this quiet space between you for a while where you weren't talking. Maybe you... Sorry. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Just gonna kind of take a sip of water. So I feel like they, you know, because of this, I feel like this, my throat chakra, this is just suddenly coming up out of nowhere. And I feel like this is a symbol for the fact that they want to speak to you, but they can't. Or they've been contemplating about this a lot, and they just feel like they couldn't actually get out the words that they wanted to say to you. You know, maybe the two of you bumped into each other at some point, but they didn't really say anything meaningful to you because even though they wanted to, they just couldn't get it out. I'm getting some issues with the throat chakra, but also it's suddenly lifting, like the throat thing with me is suddenly lifting, and also because this is in the reverse. They've been in this energy, but they're coming out of it already. Not just going to, they are coming out of it at this certain time, and they're wanting to communicate towards you. But when they're going to communicate to you, they want to give you something tangible. They don't just want to communicate towards you with the sake of just communicating, you know. They're kind of a rational person who really thinks things through. That was a difficult one. A rational person who thinks things through and who isn't just going to be a fool, you know, a fool with the full energy, the full card is what I mean. They don't just want to be like a full card and come out towards you impulsively. Like, this is someone who thinks a lot. But I do feel that they're getting out of their head and finally ready to take some action. Now, it's not a bad thing that they think a lot and that they want to take action, you know, based on their rationality. However, I do feel like they're more making this decision based on their rational mind than they are on their heart space. Also, with this Page of Wands in reverse, I feel like it's more a rational decision that they're making of coming towards you very carefully once they have this offer for you. And now, it isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know. They're not just going to come towards you because without any of the heart involved, but the decision is just going to be a very rational one. Now, I feel like this has to be here, the High Priestess. That's how they see you. I feel like you're a very intuitive person and in connection to your soul and to your emotions and to your heart space, like you were just talking about. And that this person really looks up to that and is sort of not the complete opposite of that, but kind of, you know, where, you know, as I was saying, their throat chakra has been kind of blocked, maybe is still kind of blocked. They don't express themselves or aren't really able to express themselves in such an eloquent way as you are. It's difficult for them to truly speak from the heart. And when they're going to come towards you, like I was saying before, it's not that their heart is not involved, it's just a very rational move that they are making. And I do want you to know that they do feel love for you. but they're acting from their head mainly instead of acting from their heart. But that doesn't mean that it's not a message that is true for them, and that's, you know, they still want to come forward to you. They just look up to you a lot. They see you as this queen, or as this queen who is just very nurturing, who has all her ducks in a row, who I see that you want to give flowers to you as well, or maybe you love flowers and nature and herbalism maybe even. And yeah, I see some sort of medicine woman coming through. And this is them literally wanting to overcome their own internal obstacles. I see all these wands here on the floor representing everything that's holding them back to come towards you. And I feel like everything that's holding them back is more so all of these internal struggles, because they're really overthinking, and there's when you're overthinking a lot, then a lot of reasons come up of why you shouldn't do something, especially because the thing that you want to do is a really scary thing to do. It's scary to reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while, specifically if it's for a romantic reason, and they might have been hurt in the past as well by you or by another person. I think just in general, I don't think it's specifically by you that they've been hurt, but take it as it resonates. And they want to move on from this pain. They want to move on from this pain, and they want to come towards you. And they're putting it all of their efforts into that at this point, you know, because they do see a future with you, and they do want you in their life. And I think a lot of these things that they're struggling with the Seven of Wands is feelings of unworthiness, you know, feelings of self-doubt. Maybe they don't feel like they're good enough for you. They see you as this amazing person, truly, as this amazing person. And they just see themselves, you know, you're a queen, a mystical queen, and they're like a page. Or at least that's how they see themselves. Again, these are like 2 pages, and this also sort of signifies a page for me. Wow, I didn't even realize that these were 2 pages at first. So yeah, they're just feeling like they're not good enough of you or in general, and that's the thing that holds them back. You know, when you don't believe in yourself and don't have a lot of self-confidence, it's very difficult to move forward towards someone, specifically if this is a romantic person, a romantic connection who wants to move forward towards you, because, you know, also it's not that attractive when someone isn't really confident in themselves and in their abilities, and they realize that. And not just because of the attractiveness, you know, they just really want to come towards you, and they know that and they're just really battling themselves right now, of wanting to come towards you, but finding it difficult to do so because they feel unworthy of you and everything, and they're unsure if you'll even receive them with open arms, and if you'll even just, for a few of you, if you'll even just remember them. Yeah, it's very difficult for them to see a future with you because they feel like they're not worthy of you. Or that's maybe too strongly that I'm putting it. Not that they're not worthy of you, but just they almost can't believe that you would be with someone like them, that you would be with them, and that's why it's difficult for them to imagine a future with you. But they do want a future with you. It's just difficult for them to imagine that you would choose them. They are moving more into this Knight's energy though, with the Knight of Pentacles, so that's good. With the Horse, I feel this is symbolic for them regaining or gaining their confidence in the first place. Maybe they never had confidence, you know, and it's just gaining their confidence for the first time. For others, it's regaining their confidence because they've gone through something really painful, which made them lose a lot of confidence. And I see them tentatively coming towards you. Specifically, you know, we have this nice progression with going from the Page of Pentacles towards the Knight of Pentacles. That's a very nice progression here, and it does really promise something. Yes, that's a good sign. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. We got the King of Pentacles. I was just thinking like, oh, it would be cool if we saw more progression here. And what do you know? We do. We go from the page to the knight to the king. This is very promising, you guys. This person is gaining their confidence, and it might take a while. Specifically with this card, I think it might take a while. So it's difficult for me to put a time frame on the fact of when they're coming towards you. I feel like they're moving in very slowly. I feel this Taurus energy as well, or this Virgo energy. Specifically Taurus, with earth energy in general here with the Pentacles. Very earthy person and very stable person as well, though. So it's not like they're not stable in their life. It's more so their inner confidence with the stability they have to offer you, or with everything they have to offer you. They do definitely have things to offer. It's just, I feel like they had all of these pentacles. They've been having them all along. The thing is that they just weren't confident in the fact that they had so many pentacles and that they were able to offer so much to you. It's just them switching their own perspective and suddenly seeing themselves for the true gem that they are, not in a narcissistic kind of way, in a very good way. Very beautiful energy. And voila, the Ace of Cups. Then they're going to come ready to come towards you. A lot of you, this is a romantic reading. Ace of Cups are coming towards you. The Moon card. They have to dive deep within themselves a little first, overcome all these struggles. We see these two moons here. I feel like this is a very emotional, sensitive, maybe not emotional, but a very sensitive person. I see this more as sort of a shy person who is sensitive, and I see that for them. And if this is a guy, a male energy, for males, this is even harder in a way, because when you're shy as a man, and specifically for this person, it kind of, they're taught by their culture that it's not manly to be sensitive, or to be sensitive and to be shy. And with girls, it's often seen as cute and everything. With guys, it's just not very manly. At least that's what society, tells us a lot of the time. And so that is a very big issue for them when it comes to stepping into their full confidence here with the King of Pentacles. But they're stepping into their power. They're gathering their willpower, and I hear that what really keeps them going is a determination. The Chariot is all about determination. This person is determined to come towards you, and also to get more confident in themselves in general. And you are definitely, or could be, a factor in that determination for them. So, because they're like, well, when I get this confidence and when I overcome my own struggles, it's all worth it in the end, because I'm just going to feel way more confident, and I'm actually going to feel more manly in a way, and worthy of being with someone. And this isn't to say that they're going to totally defy their sensitive side. I also see Cancer energy coming through with the moon and with the moon here. This is not to say they're totally going to defy their sensitive side. The trick, of course, lies in balancing that out, and just gaining more confidence. And I feel like that's something that you could help them with, with showing them that being sensitive is not a bad thing, that it's a beautiful thing, and that it's something to be cherished, and that you can be manly and sensitive at the same time. In any case, with the Chariot here, I see that they're definitely determined to come towards you. Now I'm just going to put these cards away so I can pull some cards for the outcome between you guys, and that you can see them well here on our beautiful white rug. So what is the outcome between these two people? The Star. That card, I feel like I almost don't have to give an explanation. I will, but it's just so obvious to me. Judgment. It's funny, this came in a reverse, but I just feel it has to be upright. And the Queen of Cups. I will keep in mind that the Judgment card came in reverse. But we'll see what other energies I feel here. The Devil, the Empress. One more card. Wow. I feel like I have to pull one more for the center of your reading. Very curious what this one's going to be. Queen of Swords. Okay. So what is the outcome between the two of you? I see reunion. Yeah, I just want to put this in the middle here somewhere. So I see reunion happening here with the Three of Cups. Definitely. Once they step into their power, there's going to be a reunion between the two of you. There's definitely a lot of hope here for this connection with the Star card and also with the Amethyst here that I'm suddenly pulled to. I don't know by heart all of the specific meanings of this crystal, but I feel like this definitely symbolizes a spiritual connection, as well as it's so beautifully laid with the Star card, this hope. And also I knew this was going to be a special reading because this is the only crystal with a pendant on it. So they might even give you, they might even give you a crystal or jewelry to wear. Because I feel like also the High Priestess came out, you're a spiritual person, and they know that, or they see that. You're very much in the back of their minds. They're kind of obsessing over you with the Devil card. They see you as this beautiful Empress. Some of them may even want to have children with you. Something they look up to as well is your sensitivity and your way of standing in your power with your sensitive nature. Wow, we have like 3 queens here. I only realized that now. The Empress, Queen of Swords, and a Queen of Cups. They look up to you in such a big way. And that's a big reason why they are doing everything they can to overcome their own struggles so that they can come towards you. And so that communication is going to happen, take place, that the two of you can come together again. And sorry so much. This is just meant to be. However, the Judgment did come up in the reverse first. So let me just feel in what the importance of that is. They definitely want to be equals with you. They only want to come forward once they feel that they're equal to you. And what we saw from the first part of the reading is that they don't feel equal to you. They put you kind of on a pedestal, and they put themselves down a lot in general, but also in comparison to you. So they're only going to want to come forward once they feel like an equal. And this is going to be a beautiful connection, though. I can see that. It just might take a while for them to step into their power. It all starts with them sort of letting loose, you know. I feel like they've been watching out for themselves for so long and just feeling like this is a very insecure person who's trying to protect themselves. And they're going to come out of that energy for you and to come towards you. One more card. What's the outcome for this connection between these two people? What is the outcome? Ace of Pentacles. And with the cards I just laid away, the Ace of Cups is so beautifully laying on top of it. So I'm just taking it here. This is a new beginning. It all signifies new beginnings for the two of you. Again, like I've just said, it might take a while. I felt like I needed to pull this card from the deck. It was the top one, the one I also pulled for the previous swap pile. I am a vibrational being and a powerful co-creator. I create my reality as I please. By shifting my vibration, I have the ability to create the life of my dreams. Wow, you guys, they know that they have to step into who they truly are and into their confidence to be able to co-create with you and to actually create the life of their dreams together with you. Like this is your hand, this is their hand, you know, it's just the two of you co-creating and working together so that you can create a beautiful life together, and that is what they want. And it's all about shifting their vibration, and I don't think they're consciously aware of the fact that it's about shifting their vibration, raising their frequency or vibration, but it is what they're doing by stepping into their highest self and the best version of themselves, and through stepping more into their power and their self-confidence. So this is your reading. If you liked it, if it resonated with you, please give us a thumbs up and follow the New Earth Sisterhood Tarot channel. We'd really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'd love to hear your personal stories as well. So if you feel like sharing, please leave them down below in the comments. Love to hear how it's all going for you in regards to this reading as well. And I'll see you again next time. Bye.